If you have a hard time waking up every morning or get a tired feeling around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be something that you can actually fix.
Probably describes a lot of people. Doctors say our daily routine could be having an impact on how well we sleep at night. But News 18's Elizabeth Rentschler reports how it's not only the lack of sleep we get, but too much sleep that could cause us to be sleeping our health away.
We all have our morning routines, but it's what we do during those routines and throughout the rest of the day that Dr. Shahid Hassan says could be affecting how we sleep at night.
Most common complaint they come to us is basically about being tired and sleeping in the daytime. That's the most common presentation, but they report that they wake up multiple times at night.
According to the National Sleep Foundation website, about 60% of Americans report having difficulty sleeping every single night. Paula Longster says she is among that crowd.
Probably about 10, 12 years I've had trouble sleeping. It's hard for me to get to sleep and then to stay to sleep.
In order to get a more sound sleep, Hassan says it's all about changing your habits. For example, Hassan says try looking at what you're eating before you hit the hay.
Diet that are rich in caffeine, we talked one of the things, drinks, then the diets that are rich in carbohydrates, interestingly, they could also be stimulating. They could cause more wakefulness.
In fact, Hassan says caffeine can last nearly 8 to 10 hours depending on a person's metabolism. Hassan says if you're thinking about making an afternoon date with a cup of coffee, forget about it.
As the night will progress, they will not be able to fall asleep. And then, in turn, they will sleep less that night, and next morning they'll wake up tired. And when they will wake up tired next morning, they'll need more caffeine. So it will put them into a vicious cycle.
But Hassan says it's not just our eating habits that can affect our sleep. Hassan says your sleeping habits could also be causing you to put on the pounds.
Lack of sleep, a lot of people think that makes them lose weight. That's not true. Actually, lack of sleep will make them gain weight.
But too much sleep isn't a good thing either. Hassan says people who sleep more than 9 hours a night could be doing more harm than good.
They have difficulty falling asleep in the evening, and then some of them even report they had fragmentation of sleep. In the night they had just restless sleep because they slept too much during the day, and the following night's sleep is not going to be good.
But Hassan says sleep trouble stems from more than just your diet. For those of us who thought room temperature was just a preference, well, Hassan says you might want to consider making it a distinct choice.
We as a sleep specialist would recommend probably anywhere between 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit temperature in the room. So the temperature is warmer, studies have shown there is more wakefulness.
At the end of the day, Hassan says the room temperature depends on your preference. But if your preference also includes sleeping with your four-legged friend, Hassan says your cuddle buddy could actually be causing you to lose sleep.
They hop up and down from the bed all night long, and they believe they can sleep well with it. And actually they're waking up every day or aware when the pet came and left. So it may be fragmenting the pet movement may be fragmenting their sleep actually.
Hassan says by following these simple tips and wrapping up your evening activities 1 hour before you go to sleep, instead of dreaming about getting a good night's sleep, you actually will. Reporting in Lafayette, Elizabeth Rentschler, News 18.
And Dr. Hassan says adults need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. He says women in their 40s report having the most issues with sleep.